You primarily compete in the long jump, right? But I saw that you also run sprints. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So why did you choose? Why has long jumps become your forte?
Um, I like it a lot better than sprinting. I think it's more fun, and I'm a lot better at long jump than I am sprinting.
Well,
So I
I
picked that.
saw that you actually set a school record. Is like that's a Utica College record for the long jump of 5.59 meters.
Yes.
That's so as a freshman, I mean, starting with that accomplishment, what does it mean to you to have done that throughout your season, which obviously then that kind of success led to everything else that we'll talk about?
It was very exciting, and it's nice to know that I did that as a freshman because the only place I can go from here is up. So just keep improving.
You know, you were doing obviously well at Whitesboro. What was the change like to start doing this in college for the Pioneers?
Um, it was a smooth transition. I mean, it wasn't a lot different. In high school, I took track very seriously also. So I like did all the weightlifting and did like all the practices and stuff like I did at college. So it was a pretty smooth transition. And some of the people that I trained with, like I weight train at SBI. So and SBI works with Utica College, so they overlap. So
Were you on any of those virtual exercise groups that they were doing?
yes, I have been.
I was actually at SPI the day when gyms closed and everything, and they were doing their first online um, gym session, I guess, exercise class.
Mhm.
And I saw on the guy's phone, everyone was kind of jumping around, and I was like, this is kind of cool. And it
Yeah.
told me,
Mhm.
um, yeah. So the most recent news is that you've been named an All-American, and on top of everything else that you've already accomplished in your first year at Utica College, what is that? What kind of significance does that have to you to receive that recognition?
I was so excited when I found out today because for sports all over the place, like being named an All-American is like the ultimate goal. Like that's what you want to do is you want to be an All-American. And I was so excited that even though I wasn't able to compete, I was still able to be an All-American.
Yeah, why do you set that as a goal for yourself to kind of have received this?
Um, I try to I shoot for the top and try to be the best that I can be. And I believe that even if like we competed, I believe that I could be an All American, and that was my goal. And so I think I have high standards for myself, and I want to achieve that.
What kind of support have you received over the past year? Obviously, you came in as a very skilled athlete, but it just seems like you've kind of taken this year by storm to set a record and to have received all of this recognition as a freshman. Normally, you hear about this kind of thing for seniors or people who have, been there for a while, and you kind of show up and here you are accomplishing all this.
I've had a lot of support from like all the coaches and everybody at Utica College. They every time you do something good there, they post on every social media that they have like pictures of you, so you feel like special for doing what you did. And obviously, like my family comes to all my meets and stuff because we're from Whitesboro, which is like Utica College, 10 minutes away. So my whole family's there to support me, and like a lot of my friends came to a lot of my home meets and stuff like that. So I have a pretty big support system.
Now, you were also named the 2020 Empire 8 Conference Women's Field Athlete of the Year. So, what were your reactions when you first found out about that? Because that seems like a pretty big honor already.
Yeah, I was very excited. Actually, I didn't really expect to win that because I only do one field event and a lot of people do multiple field events. So I was actually pretty shocked, but I was very excited.
What did it take to kind of to be able to do that at the college level now that there are a lot of other skilled people and but you've been able to transfer, your success from high school to the college atmosphere?
hmm Um, in high school, I had a pretty serious knee injury and I had to come back from that. And they told me that like I probably wouldn't be able to do sports anymore at all. And after that, I just think that like putting all the hard work in there and learning like what dedication and being determined really is, I think that that made my transition very smooth.
Which year in high school was that you had the injury?
It was my sophomore year.
So what kind of mindset did you have? I guess that's what, 3 years ago now? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. So almost yeah, 4-ish. Um, what kind of mindset did you have to be able to get back into everything so that that wasn't the end?
I was just so determined to long jump again because I actually hurt myself long jumping, and I just really want like I did very well my freshman year of high school. Like I won sectionals, and I wasn't able to go to state quals, but I really wanted to continue doing it, and I knew that like the only way I was going to be able to do that is if I came back like the best that I could. And so I did my PT and weightlifting and all that stuff very religiously, like throughout the whole process. And I had a lot of people like supporting me and telling me I can do it the whole time, and that really helped.
So when you finally did make it back, what what did it take to start having that kind of success again when you finally got back, and what were those feelings associated with finally doing that again?
Mhm. My 11th grade track season, the beginning of it was very rough because I'm used to being like almost like naturally good at what I did at that point, and I wasn't really anymore, and it was very discouraging to go back and not be where I was. But after during that season, I used to wear like a giant knee brace, and after I took the knee brace off and all that, I got myself back, I guess you could say. And after that, it was just all uphill from there.
Going to the beginning of this season and training for this season even at Utica College, how did you feel welcomed to the team? And what did kind of the people who were there already do to welcome you as a newcomer?
um, Coming into the team, I was very nervous because like throughout high school, I had always had like friends that I knew that were doing it, but I didn't know anyone that was doing track at Utica. And going in, I made a lot of friends pretty quickly. Actually, there was a group of girls that had invited me to come and do like the preseason workouts with them, and they invited me to like go hang out at their houses and stuff like that. So everyone at Utica is very welcoming to all like the newcomers coming in, and it was it was very like uplifting to know that it was like that because I was very nervous going in.
Yeah, did you have any concerns when you first started this season that you've had success in the past in high school, but you didn't necessarily know how that would translate to the college events and going in? Any concerns like that?
Mhm. I did have some concerns going in, but in my first meet, it was a home meet and I won, and I was very excited. And then after that, I just took it like meet by meet, and slowly I realized that I was good enough to compete well at this level.
Was there a particular moment where you kind of realized that, hey, I can compete at this level too?
Probably the Empire 8 championship. Yeah. I was very excited in that meet.
Why was that the specific moment where it kind of all clicked?
That was the meet that I jumped the school record, the 5.59. And at that point, that was like the mark that I needed to get to qualify to go to nationals. And I was jumping up and down when I heard the number after that. I was so excited.
And we were talking before I started recording this that you were actually in North Carolina already for nationals. So how did you get the information and process it, as it seemed like the whole sports world slowly but really quickly just fell apart?
Yes. My coach texted us and said, "Hey, can you come to my room quick?" Like me and my roommate Ishane, and we went there, and he had all of our stuff, like our bibs and stuff, and like some of the participation gifts that you get, and he had them out for us to take. And then he told us, he's like, sadly the meet has been canceled. And we were both really upset because we had run all the way there and we had practiced for a couple days like on the track that we were going to be competing on, and we were getting really excited because I was supposed to compete the next day and didn't end up getting to do that.
So what are the emotions that you're feeling now that it's been basically 2 months or more since that happened?
um I'm still disappointed that we didn't get to compete because, like, not knowing, like, you don't know how you would have done. Like, you could have done really well. You could have, like, it could have been like a bad meet, but you don't know because we didn't get to compete, and that bothers me because it feels unfinished.
Yeah, so how do you take that unfinished business, to use the phrase that's commonly used in sports? How do you take that unfinished business literally and let that motivate you next year? Because you are just a freshman, that means you've got a lot of time ahead to do this again.
I think that that'll definitely motivate me to. I have been training like throughout quarantine and to just keep doing what I'm doing to make sure that I get back to where I was last year so I can have my chance to compete at that level again, because that's the main goal for me.
What are you doing now to stay in shape a little bit? I was just speaking with, I've been speaking with some Utica Comets players on the professional side of things and also some high schoolers on the younger side in college. And it's just a challenge for everyone to try and stay active. So what have you been doing to make sure you stay somewhat in shape to be ready when everything does return?
I'm not much of a distance runner, but I've been doing some running like around my neighborhood. And my uncle has like a gym with some like gym equipment in it, and I've been going over to his house and working out there and lifting and trying to do everything I can to stay in shape during this time.
Any kind of jumping that you're able to practice along the way?
I wish, but the track that is Whitesboro High School, like, it is not open. You're not allowed to go there because I tried to go, but I haven't been able to do jumping stuff.
Um, what most surprised you about this season? Because it seems like you've been successful and you've continued being successful, but what were maybe some surprises that happened over the time that you did get to participate this year?
Um, there really weren't many surprises, honestly. One big like change or surprise, I guess you could say, is in high school, I jumped off the 12 board, and in college, there's not a 12 board. You have to jump off the 10 board, which that was like a little adjustment for me, which took a little while to get used to because I was just so used to the other way. I had done that all through high school and I thought it was going to be the same in college, and it was not.
Um, what did you learn about yourself through this process? Maybe even your successes that you've had in your first season in college, but also through this craziness pandemic that none of us have gone through.
Um, I've learned that if you put in the hard work, you're gonna get out what you put into it. So I've learned that throughout the season and throughout like the pandemic, just knowing that if you work really hard and you have a goal, you can reach it no matter what it is, as long as you put in the hours that you need to and the work you need to get it done.
Awesome. And is there any particular favorite memory that you have, even though things have kind of gone crazy and you were looking forward to making more memories
Mm.
of the moments that you did get to have this season? Which maybe is your favorite one?
Um, that's a tough one. When we went to Boston, for the Boston University meet. It was very fun because like all my friends were there and we all went out to eat at this pizza place, and it took a wicked long time for them to make our pizza. So we were all just sitting there and like messing around for like probably like 45 minutes because all of us ordered like little individual pizzas and they had to make them all. And it was just fun like hanging out with my team.
I guess one of the final things I'm thinking of is that you've gotten a chance to have this success in college nearby to your hometown, like you said, just 10 minutes away. Whitesboro's right there. Uh, what kind of significance does that have to you that you could do this basically at home, whereas some people, they might have success or they might just be competing farther away.
Mhm. It's been great because, like I said before, my parents can come to all my meets, and my grandparents also come to all my meets, and like it's really nice to have people there because a lot of times in college you don't get to have your parents sitting there like cheering you on, and you don't get to have like your high school track coaches come and watch you compete because it's just too far away. But because I'm so close, I get to have all those people come and see me compete at all of my meets, and it's great. And one of my favorite things about competing so close to home.
Cool. Is there anything else that you want to add that we didn't talk about, just about any of this?
No, I think that covers it.
Cool. Well, congratulations to you on, I mean, the whole list of accomplishments that you've had.
Mhm.
Obviously, we would have loved to see you compete at nationals. Hopefully, you will get back there next year and stay healthy during all of this.
Mhm. All right, thank you so much.